That's good. Looks like you're ready. Click here to start streaming. Okay, it says I've gone live. All right. That's good. Looks like you're ready. Click here to start streaming. Okay. Hello, everybody. Okay, it says I've gone live. All right, I think I'm all set up here. Just trying to make sure that everybody can both see and hear me right now.
That's good.
For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Ben.
Looks like you're ready.
Ben here at FLX for
hello everybody.
It's over 3 years now,
I've
so
gone live.
I'm working closely with Rob.
All right, I think
I'll
I'm
be
all
taking
set up
over
here.
the live
Just trying to
for
make
him
sure
today.
that
So bear with
everybody
me.
can both
It's been a couple
hear me
months
right
since
now.
I've done one of these.
For those of you who
If
don't
you've been following
know
along
who I
since
am,
the
my name
very
is Ben.
beginning,
Ben here at FLX.
like Sarah and I used to do.
Hello everybody.
Has been over 3 years now. Let's see if
working closely with
let's see
Rob.
going live.
Just
I'll be
all set
taking
up
over
here.
the
Just
live
trying to
for
make
him
sure that
today. So bear with
everybody
me.
can both
It's been a couple
hear me
months
right
since
now.
I've done one of these. All
those of
right,
you
so
who don't
everybody
know
can
who
hear
I
me
am,
at
my
the
name
very
is Ben.
beginning.
Ben here
What
at
I'm gonna do,
FLX.
Sarah and I
Give
used to
everybody
do.
everybody.
Has been over 3 years now.
Got
3 minutes.
working closely
Join
with
in.
Rob.
Going live. So
I'll
we
be
can
set up
populate
here.
this live
Trying to
for
make
him
sure
today.
that
So if it's your
everybody
first time, it's been a couple
hear me
months
right
since
now.
I've looking at one of these.
For
All
those of
right,
you
so
who don't
everybody
know
can.
who
There is
I
a
am,
comment
very
section.
Ben.
I am going to step in.
Sarah and I
Give everybody.
hello everybody.
Has been over 3 years now.
Got
3 minutes.
working closely
Join
with
in.
Rob.
All right, hang on a sec, guys.
Trying to make sure that
If this is your
everybody
first time, all the way down.
Yeah, all the way down.
All right. How we doing now with the audio? Echo and feedback. I'm gonna have my guy take a look at it. I think that's why you came in, right? Okay. Oh, I think it's Gabe. I think it's picking up the audio from my computer as well.
Okay. So we just. That's good. That's what we want.
Yeah, just.
That's good.
All right, they say it's better. Okay. Woo! Thank you guys. Appreciate your patience here with me. Like I said, it's been a little while. I kind of want to take the camera and flip it around and show you what's in front of me. I got 2 mics, a soundboard, OBS software, my computer, the YouTube Live with the chat window, bunch of things. Bunch of things happening right now. So again, gonna take another minute or two and just make sure that everybody has a chance to kind of log in. Again, if it's your first time, in the chat window on the right side, you can post your questions. I'm gonna do my best to address each and every one of them. Know that there are some things I'm not, privy to. We'll bring in Troy, our sales and logistics manager. He'll have a majority of the stuff you guys are looking for, where your bike is, time frames, that sort of thing. But I can help answer a lot of general questions and that sort of thing. So be sure to use that chat on the right side there. I'm going to go ahead and kick things off now. I saw Cynthia, you were in here really early on, posted a question before we even got started. You said you got a notification saying your bike's ready and it's on the way. I'm not sure if you're referring to the address verification or the actual notification that it's shipped and you have your tracking info. But this goes to you and anyone who's watching. If the bike delivered, if the box is labeled something other than what you ordered, don't touch it, don't open it. We can take that bike back and send you the proper one. What we can't do is have you assemble it, ride it, say, oh no, I wanted a different color, and take that bike back. Once it's out of the box, it's out of our hands. You've kind of accepted ownership of it. So if there's any discrepancy when it comes to what's been delivered versus what you ordered, just keep it in the box. Send us an email to support@flx.bike, and then we can work from there to get you all sorted out. If you're still waiting on an address verification, not only can you see where we're looking to ship the bike, but we actually put the specific configuration that we have you down for. It'll say Baby Maker, Pro or Standard, 19 or 23 inch, the color, and the handlebar configuration. It'll all be listed there. So at that time, that's the best place to actually reach out and say, hey, the address confirmation says I'm getting this. What I actually ordered was this, and we can get you sorted that way rather than waiting till the bike is actually there. So, and then just so you guys know, I'm not sure how Rob has all these screens set up normally, but my chat window is all the way here to the right. So when you see me looking in this direction, there's not something more interesting going on. That's where all the chats are coming in. So, all right. Hey Gene, how we doing? Yeah, gave Rob the day off. He deserves it. He's been doing these for a hot minute now. So, Emerald Citizen, yes, Troy is scheduled to be on. He should be in here in about 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. I told him to come in. And again, Troy is the shipping and logistics manager, so he'll be able to give the most accurate information when it comes to where your bike is and that sort of thing, delivery schedule, timelines, all of that fun stuff. Mark, what is going on? Eugene back again. James, you said, where are you? You have the incorrect charger. Wanted to give us a little urgency to get on that. Okay, let me take a quick note. That way I can get the customer service guys on your case and just make sure that everything is going well. Oh, and now I'm in the section of the chat where there's the constant echo. Looks like I have then fixed that. Thanks, Mark, Awakened Sleeper, all you guys for letting me know. Okay. Okay, looks like we fixed everything up there. You guys are really excited that, you don't hear two of my voices. Cool. Trevnod asks, why is the update video so limited without any real regional update? I think what you're referring to is that production update we put out yesterday. The video itself, I just narrated over kind of what's going on in the factory itself. If you were to scroll down further, there's a much bigger breakdown of what exactly is going on based on the region, UK, Europe, Canada, that sort of thing, even the low volume locations. If you would be patient with us, like I said, Rob is out of the office, so I'm kind of just filling in where I can. So the structure of the production update itself, I don't want to say it's not quite up to par to what it normally is, but there was a lot of stuff going on, so I kind of just filled in where I could, and I apologize if it doesn't have all the normal information that you're used to. Really going to work hard for next week's to make sure as much of that info is there, but it's kind of a last minute swap in me for Rob, so there is a little bit of limited information in regards to that. So guys, again, Troy is the man when it comes to timeline, shipping, and that sort of thing. So I'm going to skip over some of those questions until he gets in here, because hopefully he'll be able to give you a more well-rounded and accurate view of where your bike currently is. Ray asks, is it okay to recharge the battery after every ride, even if it's only gone down 1 bar, rather than let it drain fully? Yeah, that's totally fine. If you ride, 15 miles and throw it back on the charger, that's no problem. Really, the important thing is that you don't drain the battery all the way to 0. And that's not just for the Baby Maker, that's for batteries in general. Your cell phone, that sort of thing, you really want to keep it above about a 20% charge at all times. Now you can leave your bike on the charger overnight. What we recommend you do though is only leave it on for 24 hours. It's not really good to leave it plugged in for months at a time or something like that. But periodically or after every ride, if you charge it, get it up to full, that's totally fine. It's actually best for a battery to stay right around that 80% charge. Again, the big damage, or not big damage, but the battery life will decrease if you drain it to 0 and then boost it all the way back up. So depending on how frequently you ride and that sort of thing, you're going to want to keep it charged most of the time. So again, guys, specific dates and addresses and that sort of thing, I'm gonna wait till Troy gets in here. George says, I feel this is getting too much to deliver. 2 months by now. If you're still waiting on a bike, I 100% understand where you're coming from. You see all these people in the Facebook group unpackaging their bike, riding and that sort of thing. So believe me, we're doing the best we can to get you the bikes as soon as possible. And speaking of that whole logistical side of thing, Troy just stepped in, so I'm gonna bring him in now and let him give you the full update on what's going on, where we're at, and all that fun information.
Okay. All right, we'll start with North America. So there's some people have had some tracking numbers for a while, and they're showing pending. We put this in the update, but FedEx is kind of in an overloaded situation right now. They've kind of throttled back on the intake of bikes from freight to ground. So if you're seeing that, you have tracking and it's pending and it isn't moving, that is what is going on. So it's not a FLX thing, it's kind of a FedEx thing. They are overloaded. If you want, Google FedEx capacity issues, and there's some articles there. And if you're looking for a job, look up Google FedEx, and they are hiring people everywhere. We've talked about kind of the logistics. We've had the gopher go through the snake. It started in China. Shortage of containers, shortage of shipping capacity, shortage of trailers once we got here, shortage of containers here. Now it's a shortage of trucks, and the beat goes on. So not a whole lot we can do. We're actually, we've got 3 more containers coming in. I'm holding labels right now, letting them clear, and then we're going to send the next batch of labels through. We're kind of slowing things down on our side because I just don't want to keep pushing more stuff into FedEx Freight and just adding to the problem. So Ground is trying to let the situation clear with Freight by slowing down their intake. We're kind of slowing down our label generation to them. Unfortunately, it is what it is. It's not an FLX thing. It's just more of our global logistics challenges that we're going through. So the old ones out there are all from T6-2. Those are the ones that have had allocation, or you've gotten tracking numbers that haven't moved. I had a call again with them this morning. They're supposed to be moving through a bunch of those. I checked afterwards, and it looks like a bunch of them have shifted off of pending, which basically means they've done an intake into the ground system and will start moving, and we'll continue to follow those. So again, I hate to keep asking to be patient, but be patient about it. So sorry. C21, the SM Ningbo, that is birthed. It actually birthed on the 21st. And we are waiting for that container to get destuffed. That is all the Pro 19 Silver Touring kits. We got the label files ready to go, and we're just waiting for FedEx to let us know that they're ready for them, and we will be sending that on. There's also 189 baby makers in there. The Costco Taitang has birthed. It actually has birthed and been sitting for a while, and that container has not moved through, even though it's been here quite a bit longer. The ship has been here a lot longer. We don't have that container at FedEx yet, but that is T7-1. A bunch of Pro Orange uppers in that one. And also C-22, the CSCL South China Sea, birthed on the 21st also. And we are anticipating we'll probably have that container to FedEx sometime next week, but we haven't even gotten a notice that it has cleared customs yet. T-72 and T-73 on the OOCL Luxembourg. That's kind of sailing away from Japan right now, due in on the 4th of July. And then the next one we actually have a date for is T8, the NYK Themis. That's slightly ahead of the Luxembourg, due in on the 30th. 140 baby makers, and we sent those allocation letters out on the 21st, which was Monday, correct? It is the 23rd. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So if you got an allocation letter on Monday, the NYK Themis is yours. And then we'll be shipping more chargers this week. And I kind of did an update previously. I'm not going to repeat it. Hawaii, we've got bikes on C20 and the T7s. We're going to consolidate those, as well as T20, C23 and C24. And then we've got some more bikes for Alaska on the T7 1 through 3 also. So we'll consolidate those. C23 and C24 we don't have. Those are 221 baby makers and 202 baby makers respectively. We don't have sale dates for those. C23 has been delayed on departure. C24 wasn't due to ship for another week or thereabouts. Again, those have been delayed a little bit, and as soon as we have that. If you're keeping score, 636 bikes at port, 600 bikes on the water, and about 425 bikes waiting to hit the water, coming to the U.S. for North American fulfillment. Should I stop for questions like I normally do?
Yeah,
I mean, just keep rolling along here.
You tell me. You know, it's I told these guys it's been a couple months since I've done these. I actually did the lives before, or during R&D, during production, during the campaign,
That's right.
and right before they started shipping, and then Rob took over.
That's right.
So yeah, let's go ahead and see here.
So Aaron Rodgers is not at practice, and the second team is filling in right now.
Yeah,
how we should describe that?
exactly. Practice squad, baby.
Practice
Let's go.
squad.
Okay, so I guess you can start somewhere around
If I
here.
got an address confirmation email on 6/15, does that mean I am C22? Yes, I believe that is correct. Either you could be on C21 or C22. Those both went out on 6/15. So both of those are berthed. So one of them, like I said, is at C21 is at FedEx now. C22 is we're still waiting for that to clear customs and be delivered to FedEx. Should be there. I would say probably in the, like I said, I would say probably in the next week that'll hit FedEx. So it's one of those two. We sent those on the same day.
Cool. I'll take the next two because
Yeah.
they're real easy. Cynthia says, I got a text message saying it will be delivered tomorrow. Cynthia, I think you were the one who chimed in about maybe having the incorrect configuration or something like that.
Okay.
Like I said, do not open that box. Check the labeling on it, and if it's not what you ordered, send an email to support@flx.bike so we can get you sorted out.
Yeah.
Again, guys, what you don't want to do is open the box, assemble it, and then say, hey, this isn't right. By that time, you've sort of accepted ownership. However, if you keep it in its packaging nice and secure, it'll be much easier for us to get you all squared away. Robert asked, are we supposed to get a free Baby Maker t-shirt? That is not free, but they are available for purchase on both our Indiegogo page and the website as well. And then from there, I guess I'll let Troy kind of jump back in on the next few questions.
Chang is asking touring kit updates for USA. So we have touring kits. We had a bunch on C19. We had some on C20. We have some on C21. So we are continuing to ship those out. We need to do another sweep of bikes fulfilled, and then we'll cut another set of labels for your touring kit. So if you have your bike and you haven't gotten your touring kit and you haven't got any address verification, you can contact support and check with us, and we'll make sure that we've got you allocated. We do have touring kits to ship. I mean, the Pro 19 Silver and touring kits were the ones that were kind of the bottleneck, and those are on C21. That's the one touring kit we had not received yet, so that's the first time for that. The rest of the ones we actually have in stock.
Awesome. You want to take the...
Let's see, Mike is part of SP8. Is there any update on delivery to Europe? Yes. So we are, I think I talked last week, we were working with FedEx and we thought we were going to go ahead with FedEx, and then they determined kind of after the fact that the baby maker carton did not fit their conveyors. So we were working with DHL in the background because we thought we were going to work with FedEx. So as soon as that happened, we kind of kicked DHL into high gear, and we are trying to finalize that. I know people are wondering, why does it take so long to finalize? The answer is because of the battery. These are classified as dangerous goods, and that takes a little while. It's not just a regular, like the touring packages, those things that don't have batteries, not a problem at all. But when you get into dangerous goods, then there's a whole group of risk management people and all the rest of us that have to go through and do the reviews and all that stuff. It's basically bureaucracy and paperwork, but it's important because if batteries go wrong, it's not a good thing. So that's why it seems to take so long. People are like, well, why does it take so long? Dangerous goods. It's like, it'd be no different than you just can't, hey, I want to ship, hazardous medical waste tomorrow. It's like, no, there's a few hurdles you have to go through. So I appreciate your understanding with that, and maybe we should have explained that a little bit better up front. I think we've covered it, but again, just people may not be sensitive to it until it starts affecting them. But that's really kind of the gating that we have to go through, and that's the dangerous good handling.
Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Let's see, any more?
3 weeks, yeah. So that's for BZO. That's kind of what we're talking about. Text message. Okay, Jorge, I know about your deal. So talked with Spain this morning. So what we're doing is we're working with our manufacturer in Spain to use their paperwork. It's kind of a one-off in your circumstance. With your shipment, they had to go back with their account, again, bureaucracy, and I'm sorry for that, but they had to make sure with their accounting provider that it was okay for us to use their paperwork. And I was talking with the manager of our Spain facility this morning, and he had committed to getting me an answer back. Now Spain is actually on a holiday tomorrow, so I'm anticipating hopefully on Friday. Have not forgotten about you. We continue to work that situation. I know we talked about it last week, but again, we're using somebody else's, kind of paperwork for this whole thing in terms of the, I think it's the importer of record, and I'm reliant on somebody else, unfortunately. Okay.
Is there any more on there you see in regards to shipping, logistics that you can hit before I?
No, so I can move forward here a little bit. So we talked about DHL, dangerous goods issues that we have going on. That is what takes a while to set up. So NL4 is sitting and waiting. Unfortunately, that's the next one we want to ship out. But in terms of UK3, 78 of 117 people have paid their VAT, and we've got 98 of 117 people have paid their VAT, and we have process those for shipment. SP8, of those 144 bikes, 40 of those were actually for the UK. I've had 27 people pay their VAT for those, so those have been processed. They're either shipped or we put in the orders. I put in some orders this morning. And then SP9 is actually at Big Web Warehouse also. We'd send out the address confirms on that for 6/17. 30 of those are for the UK, and we will put out the VAT letter for that one tomorrow so we can start shipping that. Coming is SP10 will ship out of Spain on 7/2. That is 144 baby makers, 80 Pro 23 Sterling uppers and 64 Pro 23 matte black uppers. And then SP11 is currently in production, and we will allocate that probably by the end of this week, and that'll probably follow by about 10 days. Follow SP10 by about 10 days. Let's see, container 13 we had which is going to Spain with more bike kits. We were hoping that would ship on 6/20. Again, talking to Spain this morning, I'm awaiting a bill of lading, but that should ship tomorrow. It is on the ship, it just has not departed yet. So that is your UK update. Also, we are awaiting chargers for Europe. For those of you who have ordered additional chargers, those are on order, and we're waiting for those to come to our China partner for basically to send those via sea to those will go directly to Big Web Warehouse in England. Those will not go to Spain. So that's a break right there, and then we can talk about low volume locations if we have any more questions.
I tell you, why don't you go ahead, run those low volume locations, give those updates, and then you should be good. From there, I'll take over and kind of run that out.
Take over. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, you should just start this thing.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure Rob is listening. I'm guessing so.
Big brother, yeah.
Nothing to worry about here. We just want to know that the fire was a minor one, and that all the charges were misdemeanors, and everything is fine here.
Yes.
You know, just kidding, folks. Everything's fine. We're just messing with Rob a little bit here. I will hear about that later, I'm sure. All right, so most of what we've got out there, Vietnam, we had a single order. That one has actually been delivered per the tracking that I have. Indonesia bikes, those are in customs right now, and as soon as those clear customs, those will be on their way. And according to Malaysia tracking, all of those bikes are delivered also. So we're continuing to work the others. If you are in the countries we've talked about before, Singapore, Cambodia, Thailand, UAE is still on the water, by the way. So if you don't have your bike, it's because those, I think it's 9 or 13 bikes, I don't remember the exact number, are still on the water. So UAE, you will have tracking, but it probably won't be active because those are still in the water. They'll have to clear customs there. Korea and Taiwan, if you don't have your bike, it's probably because you have not given us your national ID or your PCCC in the case of Korea. So we can send those bikes. We're still short a couple of those. And that is the update.
Awesome. All right, guys. I hope you got your fill there from Troy.
I'll go back online. I'll fill in comments here if I.
Yeah. Like I said from the start here, he's the mastermind of everything. So I'm gonna hit some of these questions you guys have written in regards to just general, bike maintenance, that sort of thing. Yep. If it's in regards to anything logistics wise, allocation letters, I'll let Troy handle that. But thank you, Troy.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, we'll see you next week.
Good luck.
Yeah. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and take back over now. I see there's a bunch of questions that have come in. So like I said, if it's in regards to general baby maker information, I'm your guy. I'm going to go ahead and hit those. If not, Troy will hop on these chats and reach out to you guys. Where did we last end off? Mark says, you got the first email. The stork says is delivering your baby maker. Awesome. Let me see here. So Awakened Sleeper says, in the Facebook group, someone posted a photo of a cracked fork failing. Was it a bad weld? Is it something you need to worry about? Do you need to check the welds? I'm going to answer this in a few parts. First, anytime you get a bike, whether it's a baby maker, another FLX model, or anything, and it's shipped to you, you want to check everything. The screws, nuts, bolts, welds, that sort of thing. And the big reason is not due to manufacturing error. 99% of the time it happens in shipping. So for that specific case, I was actually working with that customer as well as the QC guys in the factory. We got the serial number, established that fork was actually fine when it went on the bike. What had happened is at some point during shipping, if these things really get rattled around, where that fork broke is actually a weak spot. So if you think about this for a second, you've got two legs, right? You can squat 100 pounds, 200 pounds, 300 pounds, right? Up and down. Those are like the front forks. This is where your strength is, this way, right? Now, if you put your legs on the side, how much weight can I stick on it sideways and have you be able to lift it? A fraction of the amount. And the forks work the same way. When they're on the bike wheel, they support all that weight and forces going up and down. They're not designed to support weight sideways. And so many of you people, or many of you guys know that we have this side up on the box. We have a glass fish tank on it. So hopefully that the carriers take as best care of the box that they can. Sometimes this doesn't happen. So what, after going back and forth with the customer and that sort of thing, what we think happened was the box was actually shipped on its side and had a bunch of weight on top of it. So the forks were compressed until the point where one of them did fail. This is not an issue we've seen a whole lot of, but again, the one or two we've seen, the forks were fine from the factory. Something happened during shipping, a heavy jarring, a lot of weight on the top. And again, those forks just aren't designed to take that stress in that manner. We've since bulked up the packaging. We now ship it, the axles installed on it to hopefully give it a little more rigidity. So in my long-winded response, Awakened Sleeper, no, that is not something you should be worried about. However, it's always good to give your bike a once over when you do get it, because things happen during shipping and that sort of thing, and we want to make sure you're set and good to go. Okay, just scrolling down here. Again, if you're worried about where your bike is, that sort of thing, I purchased on this date, haven't received anything. Again, I'm gonna let Troy handle those, and I'm just gonna take the general bike questions. Patience is a virtue, yes. Ed says, don't break a leg, keep working strong. Thank you, Ed. Okay, John says, San Diego FedEx did me righteous. When I called them and asked them to hold my baby maker, since I'd be out of town, they threw it on a van, and within 2 hours they delivered. So that's great news, John. I'm glad they were able to accommodate you. The logistics industry, FedEx, UPS, DHL, all that has, over the past year, has just been in a constant state of flux. Troy gave a great analogy, one I haven't heard before, but definitely one I'm going to use is, the gopher is passing through the snake right now. And when you think about the whole logistics scene, it kind of acts sort of like you are in traffic, right? As you pull up to a red light, you stop, and then all the other cars stop behind you. Then the light turns green, the first few cars move, and then everything else starts to flow. That's kind of where we are in the logistics world, starting with a shortage of containers in China, and now we're at the other end where FedEx is getting all the bikes and other packages from freight, but they're just out of trucks to put them on and get them into the ground system. So a bit of a bottleneck there. Unfortunately, there's not really much we can do. We're kind of in the same position as you guys. You call us and say, hey, I got this label, my bike hasn't moved, and we call FedEx and say, hey, you guys printed this label, the bike hasn't moved. They're just backed up. So again, I forgot who said it before, patience is a virtue. We hope to get you guys riding as soon as we can. Hope all is well for Rob. Yeah, if you guys don't know, I guess I'll give a little background. I kind of skipped over it, but since he's since posted a video to his Instagram, Rob had a very, very gnarly accident skateboarding. Broke his leg over the weekend, so he's in pure recovery mode. It was actually pretty crazy because on Saturday he said, hey guys, I might be late on Monday. He was still trying to come into work, and we had to say, no, man, you got to take a break. So that's the reason I'm filling in for him right now. Again, this is kind of a last minute thing and happened over the weekend, but he's in great spirits. He's a super tough guy, and he's itching to get back out and doing things. So it's actually more of us telling him, hey man, slow your road, let's get you healthy and that sort of thing. If it were up to him, I'm sure he'd be here right now. But yeah, that's what's going on with Rob. So if you follow him on Instagram or that sort of thing, send him love and your best wishes during his recovery here. Again, he would want more than anything to be here right now, but thankfully he's taking his doctor's advice and focus on recovery and healing. While he's not on this live and in the office currently, though, he's still super involved in all of our meetings. Kind of has an overview on the day-to-day. So while he isn't present in the office, he's still here. He's still seeing your guys' questions. I'm sure he's actually watching this right now. Hey, Rob, get better soon. So that's kind of what's going on with him right now. Okay, let me see where I'm at here. Oh, Ray. Ray says, you missed my belt tension question. I actually read that and skipped over it. I'm so sorry. So as far as the tensioning of the belt goes, the most obvious thing is if you put it on, start, pedaling up a hill and that belt slips, it's likely too loose. However, I'm going to need to check with my shop pro here before I give you any information that could be incorrect. You definitely want that thing tight, but you can over tension a belt. So rather than answer on this live and give out some misinformation, Ray, if you could shoot an email to support at FLX Bike, my shop pro Mark has seen this question before and he'll be able to give you a quick and concise answer. There's tools you can use. There's also, you can finger tension it, that sort of thing. But again, I don't want to give any misinformation as I'm not the mechanic here. So I wish I could solve your problem right now, Ray, but if you just shoot us a quick email, Mark will get you sorted out in no time. Victoria asks, hang on, where are we? Can I drive to San Diego and pick up my bike? Victoria, you're absolutely welcome to drive here to San Diego. We'd love to give you a shop tour. However, you won't be able to pick up your bike, and it's not because we won't allow it. We simply don't have it. Our shop here is here in San Diego. Our fulfillment center is up in Los Angeles. So that's why when we say, we've given FedEx the labels and stuff, it's on them. It really is. We physically at our location, we don't stock any of the baby makers at all. We're not putting the labels on them ourselves and then giving them to FedEx. Basically, your bike comes from the factory, lands in the port of LA. It's then cleared through customs, taken to a FedEx warehouse where they are the ones who actually store the bikes themselves, put the labels on, throw them into ground, and then they're on their way to you. So you wouldn't be able to come pick up the bike here because we don't have it, but if you want to come by, try out some of our other models, you're more than welcome to. The reason we did that is simple square footage. We have thousands of bikes coming into the US and we simply don't have the room or the manpower to ship them ourselves, which is why we partnered with FedEx up there in the Gardena location in Los Angeles. So that when we do get a container, 2 containers, 3 containers, and have hundreds of bikes delivered at one point, they have the manpower and the staff up there to go through them and get them all into the system. Unfortunately, they're a little backed up right now, as Troy has said, that bottleneck between grabbing it from freight and putting it into ground. They simply just don't have the trucks or the capacity to do it. So we've throttled things back a little bit here in the hopes that they can clear everything up, get that flow moving again, and hopefully have your bikes on the way shortly. Ray says he'll email Mark. Yeah, Mark's really good when it comes to anything mechanical with the bikes. He's been riding for years now. He's worked with both regular mountain bikes as well as e-bikes. So he's really good, not only in his ability to fix things, but in his ability to communicate with virtually anyone. I know there's some of you out there who've probably taken your car to the shop before, and if you're not, super tech savvy, it sounds like the mechanic is speaking a different language. Mark is really good about breaking things down into simple, consumable pieces of information so that regardless of your bike knowledge, you have the ability to go in there and solve your problem. So if anybody has any issues, please email us at support@flx.bike so that Mark or one of our other techs can get you all sorted out. All right, guys, I'm going to give it another 5 minutes now. So if you have any general bike or baby maker questions, please go ahead and write in. I'll address them if I can. Like I said, the specific ones in regards to, where's my bike and the logistics side of things, I'm going to let Troy handle those. But we are coming into the tail end of this whole baby maker saga. We had an incredibly exceptional campaign. Then, 2020 was a crazy year. We're still having the after effects and the backlash of that. Believe me, myself, Rob, Troy, the rest of the staff here wants to get all these baby makers out. We'd rather have you riding and enjoying yourselves than coming to us. With questions. It's our number one priority to get everyone riding here, and that's why we sort of throttled back on shipping out those extra items, batteries, extra chargers, touring kits. We want to make sure that our number one priority is that everyone has a bike first, and then we can work on those smaller accessory items. So again, guys, thank you so much for your patience here. OR asks, any other problems on tracking numbers for Baby Makers Pro on the East Coast? There was an issue recently with FedEx accidentally duplicating a small batch of shipping labels. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I know Troy has canceled all those and we're basically going to start from scratch, but there was a little mix-up with duplicated tracking for about 30 something bikes. I'm not sure if that's the exact issue you're referring to, but it is being looked into right now. So Noelle asks, she gets an error when she hits a bumpy road. Is that a connection issue? Can I bring it into the shop to be checked out? Noelle, it could very well be a connection issue. When you hit a bump, it kind of jars it loose, whether that's, the LCD, the battery, that sort of thing. If you actually go into the head tube, you can make sure all those connections are seated firmly. If the issue persists, please feel free to bring it in. Our mechanics here would be happy to take a look at it and get you rolling. Just know that it may take a day or two depending on when you come in and the service load that they have. So as long as you don't expect to get it, within a couple hours or, very next day, we should get you taken care of. If you send in an email to support@flx.bike, not only will they tell you a good time to bring it in, they'll also be able to give you an approximate estimation of how quickly they can have it done, again, based on their workload and what's currently in front of them. So yes, we'd love to have you come in, and that goes for anybody in the San Diego area itself. We take walk-ins for test rides, but also for and that sort of thing. We do bike assemblies if they're one of our models, so that's also something we do. So yes, we love having the locals come down, say hi, and we can actually see their issue firsthand in person and give you the best diagnosis and solution.
When you get a set, if you think it's appropriate.
Okay, yeah, I like that. All right, guys, I'm going to address the next two questions that came in and also drop a special announcement at the very end before I go. Let's see. again, guys, if you're worried about or concerned about where the email is with your tracking or allocation or address confirmation, again, that's a Troy thing. I don't want to give out any misinformation, but since I've reached the bottom, except for yours, Ted, you'll be the last one to hit, and then I'll go over the special announcement. He said recently had a rear wheel shift canted that restricted it from spinning. Okay, that could be a motor issue. It could be any number of things. What I'd encourage you to do is what I've said to a lot of the other guys. Email support@flx.bike. Our shop mechanics know their stuff. I'm more of the content and video guy, so while I have general bike knowledge, the in-depth stuff, it's not really my forte. I can ask you some questions to help you sort of diagnose, but again, any specific issue, send an email to support@flxbike and include pictures, video, audio. If you say, hey, it's making this weird noise, record it, attach it in the email, and send it. The more information you give us, the better our mechanics are able to diagnose your issue and get you up and running. All right, Ray says, nice job today, Ben. I really appreciate that. Guys, I was sweating when we were trying to get everything locked up and plugged in and streaming. We even started an hour early. So it was a lot of unplugging and plugging it back in going on, but thankfully we were able to get this live. I'm not sure what Rob's recovery looks like. Again, he wants to come in as soon as possible, but maybe I might still be here doing this next week. Still not sure on that. But yeah, special announcements. We have new merchandise. We have a summer apparel drop. They're currently live on the site, but if you're viewing this now, you can expect more content coming out. We have t-shirts, we have hats, we have socks, we have fanny packs, we have a really cool drawstring backpack. So if you're interested in repping some swag, some nice new apparel, check out the website. If you go under the accessories tab, scroll down to apparel, you'll see all the new items we have. And what's really great is not only are they our own custom logos, shirts, and that sort of things, but there's a wide variety of colors and sizes for each of them. So I encourage you guys to check that out and see what we have coming. Again, keep an eye out for newsletter announcing it, as well as just more video content. We had a great time taking all that apparel to the studio, as well as riding down to the beach to get some lifestyle shots and that sort of thing. Kaylee, our graphic designer, helped put a lot of these logos and stuff together. Dylan, our other content creators, working super hard on getting the video up and running and making sure everything's in line. So it's a really cool collaborative effort of the guys on our team to come together and put together a cool little group of clothing for you guys. And depending on how it does, we'll have more coming, a spring catalog, a winter catalog, that sort of thing, with various clothing items that will be appropriate for the season and that sort of thing. So when you see that stuff drop, let us know what you think. Write in a comment, send us pictures as well. I'm sure a lot of you guys here are in the Baby Maker VIP group. That is an awesome resource, not just to group up and meet with other riders, but also to find various information. If you have an issue or if you've experienced something, there's 5,000 people in that group. Chances are someone else is in the same page with you. So it's so great when we read through those Facebook pages and we see people helping each other out. And what we really enjoy as well is when you guys share the pictures of you, the bike, the box coming in the first time, your assembly. That's awesome. We hope that you guys do the same thing with the apparel. We love featuring you guys. We love it when you proactively become part of this community. So Again, if you're not already a member, the Baby Maker VIP group is an awesome resource for anything Baby Maker and anything FLX related as well. The one caveat is if you do have an issue with the bike, we do recommend you reach out to us before you go on that platform and ask for solutions. While you may be able to get some answers, oftentimes they are the correct answers. Go to us first, just so our trained mechanics can give you their side of it. But that's about it, guys. We're down here at the end of the chats. Again, I'm so sorry if I wasn't able to answer your question or if I passed over it. But again, we will be doing this next Wednesday at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Might be me, might be Rob, I'm not sure. But for now, I just want to say again, thank you so much for your patience, so much for your kind words. We're working very hard over here. And when we see you guys, saying thank you and posting and even just, hey guys, still don't have my bike, but, do your thing. It really means a lot to us because, in a perfect world, we'd have all these bikes out already. Everyone would be riding, but things happen. So your ability to be patient and us to adapt over here has really been awesome throughout this 14-month journey, 15-month journey since we launched back in March. So I know it has taken some time, but you guys are awesome. Again, I can't thank you enough for everything you guys do. Be sure to leave a comment on this video if you still have questions. Again, our helpline is support@flx.bike. Thanks so much, guys. I'm Ben, and hopefully I get to